Hey, how's it going? Vladimir Donis here. So, hey, today I want to talk to you about MLM leads. MLM leads, two ways to generate leads for your MLM business. If you're listening to this on my podcast, please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Leave me a comment, rate, and review. If you're listening to this via YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Leave me a comment. I'll respond back to all of my comments, so that way we can engage and we can continue the dialogue. So hey, so today, I want to talk about MLM leads, two ways to generate leads for your MLM business. And essentially, I want to talk about two different concepts. So the two concepts that I want to talk about is concept number one. I want to talk about prospecting. Concept number two, I want to talk about marketing. So we'll start off with talking about prospecting at first, because I want to tell you how I discovered this whole prospecting thing. So essentially, one of my first products online was a dating website. It's a dating website. It's for dating and it's for dancing. Yes, you guys are gonna hear me say a lot of stories. I'll talk a lot about that product, because that was my very first product. So essentially, because it had a dancing component to it, one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to get in front of the people who like to dance. So I wanted to get in front of those specific audiences. Well, I live in the South Florida area, and in the South Florida area, there's definitely a lot to do from a venue standpoint. There's a lot of dance venues, there's a lot of nightclubs, there's nightclubs for hip hop, reggae, soca, you name it. There's a lot of that. So one of the things I did very early on is that I wanted to get out there and start to engage with those type of individuals. Literally, I think I ordered, I don't know, at one point, 5,000, 10,000 business cards. And my goal was to kind of just put my business out there. So I would go, at night, and I would start to kind of just engage individuals, in a conversation for the purpose of having them sign up for my website. That was my objective, obviously. And I had some pretty good conversations, to be honest with you. You would start the conversation, you'd be having a conversation with someone, and they would say, yeah, this sounds like a very great product. This sounds like a very great business. It's a great website, X, Y, and Z. If instead of coming out here and dancing by yourself or not having a dance partner. So I would have all of these different pitches, and I would, be speaking to people who literally, they seemed interested, to be honest with you. And in some cases, some of them, not all of them, of course, some of them would tell me, yeah, no problem. I'll go ahead and sign up, and I'll join the site, and I'll check it out. So that's one of the responses that I would get. Some of the other responses I would get is no, I don't want a dating site. I don't necessarily want anything to do with it. And then it was kind of shooting in the dark sometimes, because you would begin a conversation and the person would be like, oh yeah, I'm not necessarily interested. So that wasn't always fun. And the other thing that wasn't fun either is that, you would hand out your card. So I'm out there late night, handing out my card. And then, sometimes you begin on a track as you go on a specific, on a specific path, so to speak. You hand out your card. And sometimes you have to go back through that same path again to get back to your car. And then when you're getting back to your car, you're looking on the floor, you're like, oh my gosh, this is my card. Because some of these people were just kind of just, appeasing you for the moment. They're really not interested. So that can be indeed heartbroken, to be honest with you, because you're saying to yourself, okay, so here's a wasted effort. So you're seeing your card on the floor. But I figured, hey, it's a numbers game. The more I do this, the better one I'll become at it, and the more people I'll be able to get signups from. Essentially, the whole prospecting game, it just was not working for me. It wasn't working for my business, and it was not an ideal thing. So I knew that, eventually I had to, come up with a different model. So now that I'm in this MLM game, the same thing. I know that, MLM, sometimes the uplines and some of the business models teach prospecting. Right. So now prospecting may work a little bit, but it's not long term. And I'm going to tell you precisely why. So let's contrast that with, marketing. So, right. So you have prospecting and you have marketing. So I just spoke to you about, prospecting and some of the ways that I haven't had much success in prospecting. And some of you probably won't have that much success with the prospecting mind frame as well. Let's talk about marketing. So now let's compare again. I'm going to talk about my first product, because that was my very first product. Let's compare that with marketing, and let's compare that with when I started to kind of just create some education-based content about my business. I don't care what business you're in, you can create education-based content, and it's very easy to create education-based content. So let's just contrast that with when I created, article let's just say, I think one of the pieces of articles I created probably about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, was about Caribbean men, how to find the best Caribbean men, and the things that woo, and the things that help a Caribbean man fall in love with you, so to speak. That's one of the articles. That's one of the education pieces, I wrote, some time ago. And I wrote that article about 2 years ago, right? So today, I am getting people coming to me as a result of that education piece, right? So it's a marketing, it's an education piece, it's a marketing asset that I put out there. I put it out there about 2 years ago, and people are coming to me as a result of that. For one, people are opting into to learn more, or to basically move down the sales cycle. And the other thing that's happening, which is funny, I'm glad it happened, to be honest with you, is that the purpose of the purpose of a dating website is for people to go on that website to meet other individuals. Well, because I put educational content out there, people are reaching out to me and asking me for dating advice. Believe it or not, I mean, it's a dating company, and the idea for the dating site, I didn't say that I was a dating coach. I didn't say that, I can coach you through the dating process. I said, hey, sign up for the dating website. But guess what's happening? People are contacting me. I get calls at all times of the night now, to be honest with you, people looking for me to match them with other individuals. Why? Because of this, because of marketing. It is not, unfortunately, it is not because of prospecting. And the reason why it's not because of prospecting is because those people, they were not looking for the thing that I was presenting to them. When I was out there at the nightclub and, out in the streets, kind of just passing out my business card, passing out my business card. Yeah, I might get one or two people, right? But then again, those folks probably forgot about me a long time ago. They weren't interested. Marketing, on the other hand, these individuals are interested. They have something to engage with. They have some type of a marketing asset. And guess what? That marketing asset is going to continue to feed people to me, right? So as opposed to me prospecting, I did a lot of work from a prospecting standpoint. And guess what? That stopped giving me any traction. The marketing stuff that I did one time, that marketing stuff, or that marketing education content in a specific instance, will continue to feed people to me. So essentially, that's the difference between, marketing and prospecting. Those are the two ways that you can generate, leads online for your MLM business. And I just highly suggest and highly recommend that you do marketing. I know some of us will do some prospecting. It's okay to do some prospecting because, with the prospecting, you get the opportunity to get feedback right away. So that's the thing with prospecting. You go to someone and they say, hey, no, that it's a no, you know that right away. But you can't scale that, right? You cannot be, this is not something that you can duplicate. This is not duplicatable. Marketing, however, it's marketing content. The content lives out on the internet. People find it. And when people find it, people start to engage with you. And once again, regardless of what business you are in, you can create education-based content. If you go on Google right now and you type in, something inside of Google for your service or for your product, you'll find education about the content, about the product or about the service. And that's what marketing is. So that's essentially the difference. That's been my experience, which is why I advocate marketing, because it is definitely a long-term asset. One of the things that I've done is I've created I've created a video series. And the video series precisely is called MLM 80/20. MLM 80/20 is a video series that's going to help you to become a better marketer, essentially, to be able to create marketing assets so that way you can continue to get leads, whether it be for your product, or whether it be for your service, or whether it be to auto recruit people into your downline. There's going to be a link somewhere on this page that's going to allow you to download the free video series. So click on the link, go to the website, and it's going to give you the opportunity to download the free video series. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Again, MLM 80/20 is the name of the video series, and you can download that video series by clicking. There's going to be a link somewhere on this page. It's going to take you to a website, and once you're on that website, you can go ahead and claim your free video series. So that way you can become a better marketer. You can do more marketing and then less prospecting. That's the idea. That's the goal. Hey, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you next time. Cheers.